Hello and welcome to Privars Fiskeflur. Today we're gonna tie this fly. It's a very nice streamer to have in your box. It's made of several materials and a nice tail on this. It's gonna see how I tie this fly. It's been very effective for me. It moves nice in the water and well, it's not so much to talk about this, but see how I tie this fly. Okay, follow on. Well, I'm going to tell you a little about the materials I've been using in this fly. I start with a hook. I use this kind of hook. It's an off-brand hook in size 2. And the tail is made of crystal flash inside this flashy tubing pearl, and I've been using a Hotmeltglue gun to form this back split tail here. Okay, and I build up the body with these materials. I'm gonna find it. I use white backtail and white naiad and gray naiad, and the front of the fly I've been using some green dubbing flash, and the front part is silver flash. Okay, and the eyes is flat eyes. Where did I put that eyes? There you have it. 5mm flat eyes, and in the front you have this shrinking tube that I made this one. Shrink it up, tie it on with the lighter. I use a lighter to warm it up. And the thread I've been using is mono thread. You can of course use another thread, but I like mono thread. And you have I've used this threader to make this crystal flash go inside the tubing. Alright, and I also use this wax to make the thread not so slippery. And the glues I've been using for this is liquid fusion to attach the eyes, and when it's cured, this to cover it up to make it all stick together. Okay, well, that's about all I had in the description, so follow on and see how I tie this fly step by step. Okay, this is the fly we're gonna tie today. This is how it looks when it's done, and follow on and see how I tie this fly. Okay, I start with putting a hook in a vise. The hook is about a size 2. This was a broken one, sorry. It happens once in a while. Here you have it. Put that in the vise and get rid of the offset. I don't like that. Okay, and we start on by putting the thread onto the hook. This is a 0.1 mono thread that I got. I like this for these flies because it's almost invisible. And I'm gonna have my glasses on. Now we're gonna put on this kind of thing. This is a shrinking tube, and I'm gonna show you how it works. Just heat it up. is about how thin I can get it. I snip off a piece like that. It's still hot, but it's manageable. Put it over the hook eye and attach it with the thread. Go down onto it. It builds up a little bit, but you can clean it up with the thread. And over this is gonna be materials and some ice. Okay, now the front part is done. It's gonna look like this, and why I put on this is because it's gonna make very wiggly moments in the water. Okay, now I'm gonna make the back body. I take my tube, I have it in a bag, take it out of the bag. Looks like this. Alright, and I want some crystal flash inside this, so I'll cut off a piece like that and stretch it a little so it can become straight like this. Okay, yes, and I take my crystal flash, got it here in the bag. Take out about 4 or 5 pieces, strands. Take it out of the bag like this, and I'm gonna use this hook threader from Stonefall and put it into the tube like that, so it sticks out on the other side. And I take double this crystal flash over, and I take one, try to get everybody into the hook on this threader like that, and the squeeze, pull it through this tubing. Let's see if I can do that. Wow, there you have it. And now I can release the threader like that, and to get rid of all the frays I just snip it off and attach this and measure out how long I want it. Maybe it's a bit too long, I can, but why not? A little too long, just snip it off again, measure out how long, a little too long yet. There you have it. Okay, attach it with some wrappings and go down into the hook bend, almost. All right, if you want make this a little stronger, you take your super glue like that. I have this brush thing on it, it's more pliable. Yep. And now you see I'm gonna use some Hotmeltglue gun onto this, and to make my tying a little easier, I just tie off at the moment so I don't get too much trouble with the thread. I'm gonna take it on again afterwards. Okay, now I'm gonna see and clean up my desk a little bit, get all the materials that I don't want away from the tying bench. I have this glue gun, just this is how it looks. See, it's warm. And now I'm gonna put the vise onto the side like this, because you want this to go onto this like that. And use your wet fingers and just squeeze on this. You can build it up several times. It's difficult to take too much on at one time. It's hot, this stuff, so be sure to have wetted your fingers, and don't mind if it looks like a mess just like this, because I'm gonna shape it with my scissors afterwards. Squeeze it together so we get a nice flat tail. If you want to, oh, I got some glues in my mouth. And take on something on the other side as well. Squeeze it together like this. If you're a very nice fly tire, you can use your take all onto this fly at once, but I'm not so skilled, so pretty much, but not so skilled. Now you see, I take this fly out of the vise just for this moment, and I'm gonna snip the crystal flash about there. I don't want them to stick out, and then I'm gonna shape this fly by cutting from the outside and in to make a taper on the tail. This one side, take the other one as well, and now we're gonna make an insertion into this fly tail. Gonna cut this a little shorter and make it from this point into the middle, one side and the other side. Make I'm not shaving too much. Okay, now we see how it looks. It's a bit straggler, so let's take it out. This is the thing you can do with UV resin. You see now? I got this nice tail. Well, now I'm gonna attach my thread again. Like this. Snip off this thread. It's pretty strong, this thread. It's 0.1 mono. It's very strong. Now I can, and I won't, I will tell you if I can find my little gadget here. It's not where I want it. There it is. I want some, well, I'm gonna find it. Now we have several parts of materials going on, but first of all I use my ski wax attached to my thread, because my thread is very slippery because it's mono, and I want to make sure that the material stays on, because I want the ski wax on. It's very nice. I had it for several years. Okay, now I take my bucktail, the white one, and I take out a little piece. I'm gonna form the tail, the back body. The tail is already there, but I don't want it as long as back in this, but almost like that. I think that's okay. And I snip this off and I put it on to the hook, to the body. Go around loose wraps and just use your fingers to get it distributed around the hook. You can take it's not so easy to distribute this because of this friction on this tubing. So I have to take a little bunch on the top, make it fill out the entire back body, take out the shortest one, measure out how long you want it, like that, put it on top, and make it go the way you want it. Now it's almost evenly around this hook. I think that's okay, and I attach this like that. And if you want this to stay on, you take some super glue. It's gonna stay there. And because you want to make some taper, you take some thread a little forwards. And I'm finished with the bucktail now. And I take this Naya thing that I got. No, I don't want the long fibers there. I want the short fibers. And snip it off and just pull out the short fibers. That's very long and very nice to work with. And you measure out how long you want it. It's a bit like this. It's a shorter rope. And do the same there. Make it go around the hook as long as I can. Distribute this material. It's very nice. And I got some super glue onto my fingers. That's not so nice, but it's manageable. And take some on the bottom as well, because you know, Nyath is just a form of goat. It smells like goat in my fly tying room now. Do I like it? I'm not sure, but it's manageable. Okay. The materials are very nice indeed. Distribute this a little bit, make it go around the hook, and you can use your scissors just to snip this off. It's nice. Now we're getting on the front. I'm done with the white knife. Put that aside, and I have some grayish one. And I continue with the procedure there. Snip off a long piece, take out the short fibers, that's what I want, and try to make it go around the hook like that. And see how it looks. Take care of the taper on this fly. Snip it off. Oh, I've been drinking too much coffee today. I can notice it. Like this. Maybe I should have a little more. I take a little more clump on this. Like that. Okay. Make it go around the hook like that. I think it's gonna be very nice. And snip it off like this. Okay, we're getting close to the front here, and now I'm gonna take some long fibered flashy dubbing. Take this knife away, I don't want it anymore. Take a little bunch make this fiber go so long you can get it to take care of the tapering and go. Okay, everything sticks to my fingers now. Like this. It's getting nice, huh? What do you think? It's a nice fly. Very nice fly. I take a little more of this flashy dubbing. Let it go around the hook like this. And use your fingers to just make it go backwards. Take out the short and loose fibers like that, and now I'm gonna finish it off with some silvery long flashy dubbing. I got all my flashy dubbings from Fly Tiles Dungeon. It's a very nice dubbing. It's a nice price as well. And let it go around like this. And you see this one is gonna be a little long, so I can just tear out some of it and divide it, make it go around the hook. So I take on the underside as well. This is nice material to work with. Make it go onto the hook like this. It looks like $1 million, I think. Very nice. You see, some of the fibers is becoming a little too long, but I can tear off a piece. Now I'm gonna take some whip finish on this. If I can find my whip finisher, I got it in the drawer somewhere. Maybe I just make some whip finish by hand. There it is. Here it is. Oh, just lost it. Well, some whip finish on this fly is gonna be nice. Well, so there is most of the tying done. Attach my thread to the hook, to the thread post, and start by tearing out this little, make it a little shorter. I want this tail to show in between. It's gonna be nice, okay? Alright. You can fix on this little, just snip in an angle. There you have it. Now the eyes is gonna go on, okay? Put the flashy dubbing aside. I don't want this onto my flying desk. Now I'm gonna have some flat eyes on this. I think this is about 5 millimeters flat eyes, and I'm gonna need some dubbing needle to get this off the paper. Here we have it. First I'm gonna attach this onto my hook, and the glue bottle is not my right side. It's gonna be, well, I have to open another bottle because the first one is about to give up. Well, I just start with putting in a little dab. Oh, it's a little bit too much. And one side, on the other side, little double this glue. Okay, and take my dubbing needle, go on to the and put it the eyes just in place, and then the other side. Like this. See, the eyes are perfectly straight. It is. Put this aside. Now you see, you have the fly is ready now. All that remains is cover the eyes with some Gorilla Glue clear and put this on the dryer, and the fly is getting done. It's a very nice fly to have in your box. I have had good luck with this out in the salt waters of the sea trouts. It's very nice indeed. You have this nice flashy tail, you have this nice flashy body, it moves nice in the water, and you have this magic head, self-made, on the top here. So it makes very nice movement in the water. So just as I said, I'm gonna cover this all up with the Gorilla Glue in the end and put it on a drying wheel, and it's all getting done. And I want to just make sure that these wrappings I made in the front here is not unraveled, so I'm gonna cover this with some super glue. You can also use other kind of glue if you want, but super glue I have in hand, so why don't do that. Okay, that's all I had, and thank you all for watching my video, and I invite you to subscribe to my channel and comment on my videos. That makes me a better fly tyer, and it's nice to hear from you. So thank you all, and bye bye. Tight lines.